Hey guys, I get asked a lot about maps that are snowbally, and this game in general is pretty snowbally, and we've learned before, like, people always say, like, oh, there's no comeback mechanic or whatever. And I've explained too, like, if a team plays perfectly when they're ahead, they should never lose the game. Because you should always be gaining enough things of value to keep yourself ahead the entire game. There are exceptions to that, which I like to call like power spikes. So you could, like, if you could stay alive for a specific power spike, you might start winning the game because you reached a certain talent advantage that gives your team something that it didn't have before. However, I want to explain this game what your plans should be when you're in the game from behind. So let me fast forward quite a bit. I want to get to a point where we're actually behind. We get a couple nice kills, but we actually do end up behind pretty early on. So we were all in voice chat. You can see he said thank you because we said those are good W's. And it's pretty rare that everyone gets in voice chat these days. But you can still type a lot of these things. So it's still fair. I'm just going to explain that you're not going to be seeing typing because we all did happen to be in voice chat. Now, when you're behind, the art of staying in the game is all about taking trades. If you know you're going to lose something, get something else. If you know you're going to gain something, get like keep working on it. But if they're going to take a tribute, take a camp. All right? You can do this by yourself. And you need to do these things. Like that's really what it comes down to. So this last tribute is spawning, and as this last tribute is spawning, we see that they are going to probably hit level 10 before us. And if they get level 10 before us, they're going to win this fight and get the curse. So a lot of teams would look at this scenario and go, okay, we have to fight or we lose a curse here. But I said in chat, I said, guys, we can't win this. All 5 of them are going to be there. They're all going to be level 10, and we're going to lose this fight. So I called out in chat, I said, let's do boss now. And we even called out to do camps now. Remember, when you're behind, get camps. So I told Thrall to get 1 camp while I soaked the lane, and I told Tychus and Nazebo to get this camp, so that we'll have 2 camps. And then when the objective spawn, I said, if those camps don't get us level 10, I said, we need to trade. Because we are behind and we will lose this team fight. You're not going to win a team fight down to level 10, especially when you have a Nazebo on your team, because they really struggle in the early game. And Tychus too. Tychus' main power spike is at 10. He has no range until 10. So there was no way we were going to win this fight. So I told him, no, let's go straight down to boss. So you see me mount up, and I just go as fast as I can down to boss. I'm calling boss the whole time. And finally they're like, okay, we won't even clear this minion. Let's just go boss. We know that all 5 of them are going to go defend because they have that talent advantage. They want to win the team fight. So we leave Thrall up there. 1, because I think he was the only one not in voice chat. But 2, because we want them to think that we're going to try to stall until level 10. But in reality, we don't care about that. We just want boss. So I'm just smacking away at boss. Thrall stalls for a little bit. Oh. Did not want to do that. Let me see if I can figure out where we were at. Okay, I'm going to fast forward. Sorry. So once again, head down to boss. I'll speed up a little bit through boss. Alright, so we get boss. So now let's watch the towers really quick. So, on both sides, we have they have middle lane already down on the front walls. We have bot lane 1 tower down, mid lane nothing down, top lane nothing down. So we're pretty even. They have more structure damage than we do right now. Okay? Now let's play this out. Let's fast forward a little bit. I'm going to wait until the end of the curse. So we're going to go for... Okay, let's pause now. Let's see what happened, guys. So, from this curse, they were able to take a little bit of structure damage here. They were able to take a full fort and towers here. And they were able to probably get a little bit of damage off in the front walls and towers down here. What were we able to gain out of their curse? we were able to gain a full walls and fort out of bottom, a little bit of damage on the front walls, and nothing done mid. I mean, maybe a little bit of damage mid from the camp that we got. But put simply, we traded evenly despite the fact that they won the curse. So what did we actually gain out of that? Well, not just the fact that we survived and stayed in the game, but now we're even on the amount of curses. If we would have fought there and somehow won, which we probably wouldn't have, we would have just died there and gained nothing. But if we would have won and gotten one of these, they still would have had a curse available for later. This way, neither of us have a curse available anymore, and we traded evenly in structures. And now we're on an even playing field, closer to late game, which is where we scale the hardest. So this came out as a huge victory for us, and pretty much not that great for them. And that's really what I wanted to talk about is when you're behind, it's all about taking trades, understanding when you're going to lose a fight and taking trades. And I get that some people are going to be watching this video and they're going to be in silver and they're going to be like, but nobody listens. And I agree. This is something that it's most likely only going to work well in high ranks. But part of that issue too is that in low ranks, people make way more mistakes, so it's easier to have games last longer and come down to other things. Like I see games, and people are less likely to push their advantage in low ranks as well. Like I did coaching in silver like 15 times, and every game made it to level 20. And then I do coaching in masters, and it's rare to see games go past level 16. So it's because people know how to press their advantage in high ranks. So that there's pros and cons to it. This tactic works really, really well in high ranks, but it's also necessary in high ranks to do it. If you don't do this in high ranks, they're going to press their advantage and they're going to win the game. So you have to take these trades. And that's really what I wanted to share. When you're playing from behind, you take trades. You don't want to take losing fights because it's just going to cause you to lose more fights. So we took a risk, we took a trade, and we came out even despite the fact that we did that. Now, we do end up winning this game. I'm not going to go into I'll fast forward while I'm talking, but we do end up winning this game. And it's one of those where we lost the first curse and we were struggling in the beginning. But we took a good trade and we played okay. I'm not going to say we played great. We lost people on both teams. Both teams threw around boss once. And we end up pushing far ahead and taking the rest of the game. There were things that the enemies could have done too. When we go for our boss, they go for their boss. When we go for a curse, they go for a boss. I mean, there's things that they could have done as well that they just didn't abuse as much. And sometimes you can't do that. Like if you're ahead, you can't always defend two places at once thinking, are they going to take a trade? Because then you lose the fight. So as you can see, our structure stayed about the same. We ended up getting a curse, and we take the game right about here. So that's how you do it. We took a game that we were losing pretty hard in the beginning, and we would have lost a lot, and we turned it into a win. So that's how you play from behind. You take trades. That's the best way to do it. Another small thing is like when you're behind like 4 or 5 levels, there's things are called Hail Mary plays, which are essentially like hide in a bush, try to get a kill. Because a kill when you're down like 5 levels is worth like 2 levels worth of experience. Because every level the enemies have above you, when you do get a kill, it's like, I think it's like doubled per level that's above you. So you actually can get like a full level of experience if there's like a 3-level disadvantage or something. So there are Hail Mary plays like that if you're that far behind, but taking trades when you're just a little bit far behind is definitely the way that you push far ahead, and that's how we did it. So let me know if this helped you guys out. It's definitely a trick that I used a lot in Hero League when I was moving up, and that's one of the things. This was one of the games that I played on the day before I hit Grandmaster. So these all were Master player. Well, this game was actually kind of interesting because I had 4 placement players on my team, and they had a full team of Masters. So it might have just been high MMR from previous seasons or just got lucky in placements or something. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting game. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and feel free to check out some of my other videos.